started carding around here for, when we first moved here, they card for nothing. I mean, obviously, I'm over the age of 18. Kind of obvious. Pretty obvious I'm probably over the age of 27. Hell, I'd say it's probably obvious that I'm at least 40. I'm convinced that this, I use these arms now. I quit vaping. They always want to see your ID. And when I tell them, and I think everybody should do this, just to bring awareness to it, and understand when I say this, I'm saying it as the average person in society today. I tell them that, before 6 million Jews were killed, they had to show their papers in order to do certain things. Their papers being their ID or their passport or whatever it was. And the lady behind the counter just said, "Yeah, I know, it's such a shame." I said, "Well, you realize you're doing the same thing." "Well, yeah, but it's my job." I'm like, "Well, yeah, it was the job of the SS to kill all those Jews. So you agree with that?" She's like, "Well, no." I was like, "But you still do it." She's like, "Well, I don't have to." I'm like, "No, you don't. You choose to." "Well, it's that or, find another job." I was like, "Well, somebody with any kind of moral compass can probably find another job." And I do it every single time that I'm asked for my ID. And now they're scanning them, your IDs, so that they can sell your information to whatever company. And that's not a state law. It's not a state law. They have to scan your ID. Christy don't use ONS, yet she gets advertisements and coupons for ONS for buying them for me, for them scanning her ID and then selling her information. It's the law. We have to check your ID if you look a certain age. You can't argue, "Well, I have to check your ID so my employer can make more money off of your private information." I don't know. I think that everybody should do that shit. And I would never do it. I would never ask. I couldn't ask anybody for their ID if I had a job like that, which is why I would never have a job like that. If you want something, okay, I'll sell it to you. I don't care how old you are. If you're gonna find it, you're gonna get it anyway. What's up, John Rice? How you doing, man? Yeah, I don't disagree with that, man, Steve. I don't even think, or a few. I would say a couple. Here in the great large county of Benton with like 5,000 people, the sheriff's department pigs make $17 an hour. Now, that may not sound that great. However, they get a pension, great fucking benefits. They get to take their cars home. We pay for all the fuel for their cars. They take their cars home, all of them. And the commission just voted to pay. Had to put dash cams in their cars. They don't have dash cams in their cars, nor do they wear dash cams. The state troopers are down here wore dash cams or body cams. Other than that, that's it. All these local dudes. I think a couple of the Camden cops. I I think there's a couple of body cams in Camden, but I don't think all of them. I don't think they have enough for the whole department. You know, because Camden's big. I swear to God, the city limits are a mile by a mile, just about. And they have now 16 functioning patrol cars. They just got 6 brand new SUVs. And they got a K9. It's fucking unreal. I think we're close too, but this all falls back to people are unwilling to stand up for what they believe in, and they're unwilling to protect their neighbor. And until that shit happens, the real problem is going to become this: is that everybody's property values went through the roof with this hyperinflation shit that we got going on, and that's what it is. Don't get it twisted. It's the beginning of hyperinflation. So everybody's property values goes up, right? Yet these people on fixed incomes, their incomes didn't go up. So what happens? I mean, what are you doing, dude? Their incomes don't go up. So what happens? They wind up not being able to pay the property taxes, or not eating or doing whatever else, and they can't pay the property taxes. In the end, government winds up back with their property. Like it's a fucking joke, man. All of it. It really pisses me off. But what are you gonna do? When you're a one-man team, the only thing you can do is die. That's kind of your only option. I mean, if you can put up any kind of fight, you might win on the side of the road, but you're not going to win in the end. They'll put your picture on the front page of the news or on the news channel and say that you're some whatever, and some snitch down the road to be like, yes, he lives right next door to me. He's there right now. He just wanted to take a piss. I'm talking to him. He's here just to get that reward money. But these people are so stupid. It's like I made a post this morning about that press secretary. That has to be one of the dumbest bitches I've ever seen in my life. But the first question I've never watched her before, really. I think maybe one other time if I have. But the people from the press are asking her questions. She starts to answer them as she flips through a notebook, then starts reading from the notebook. So who is writing those answers, and how is she getting the questions beforehand? Do they have to give the question they're going to ask prior to going in the press conference so she can study the answers? If you remember, and I'm not saying that I think anything's legitimate about it. At least the last bitch knew what was going on, and she could rattle some shit off. This stupid motherfucker just doesn't have a clue. She don't have a clue about what's going on around her. But she has a notebook there that has all the answers. And when she asked the question, like I said, watch it. Go watch one of them. I watched it on the Blaze today. I don't normally watch that either. But I gotta go. I'm home. Just wanted to get that off my chest. If you're a cashier, fuck out of people, man. Oh, those are my lights. That ain't my lights. I think I gotta leave again. That's why I gotta go find out. My phone dies while I walk in the house. So, anyway, have a good day and stay safe. And it's only going to get worse. There's no getting better. I'm totally convinced of it. When Paul was here 2 years ago, he hung this baby in my tree. Let me see if I can show you guys. Hold on. he Paul hung that there like 2 years ago, and it's still there. It's a little baby doll. That's funny shit. That's funny if you ask me. I don't know what's going on now on my phone. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I think so too, Stephen. I think it's all pretty scripted, and but people buy into it. Like nobody else has asked that question. Nobody's ever been like, "Hey, wait a second. How does she know? Like, does she have the answers to all these questions written in a book beforehand?" And then when that happens, they only allow the questions that they want to answer. You know what I mean? I'd ask her if I was a journalist. I'd just come out of left field. It'd be worth losing your press credentials over to say, "Hey, how do you know what all the questions are going to be in order to have them in that book up there?" But they're not journalists anymore. They're opinion writers who, for the most part, push the narrative. Look back at January 6th when that happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And in the beginning, the left was calling it an insurrection. The right was making fun of them. And now the right is calling it an insurrection for the for the most part. Mainstream media is anyway. Um, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, one person, you can't do anything about it. You take one person in each county. It would literally take, just everybody just saying, yeah, we're kind of done with this. We're kind of done with giving you your money. And then as things progress, and the first person's house is steal, then everybody in the community step up and say, yeah, we're not going to let you take this person's home. We're telling you, and that should be enough. But if it's not enough, we're willing to go a step further and do what you do to us every day. Really, the public has a monopoly on force and violence. They just refuse to use it because they've been tricked into this peaceful shit, peaceful protesting, peaceful this, peaceful that. You know, being peaceful hasn't gotten us anywhere. Voting hasn't gotten us. Voting has actually got us here. Being peaceful is what's got us here. Obeying is what's got us here. Support for the police is what has gotten us here. Support for the military is what's gotten us here. All that shit's what's gotten us here. You think at some point people would be like, you know, maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that I've been supporting all the wrong shit. But you just can't convince people of shit. Just like that bitch behind the counter. I mean, she just says it like it's nothing. I said, if a whole bunch of SS soldiers and Gestapo members chose to get a different job, and if everybody just said, no, we're not doing it, those 6 million Jews would still be alive. Yeah, I know. I'm like, you lost bitch. And this was an older lady I was talking to anyway, so. I don't know. I got to go in the house and see if I got some honeydew projects before I get cleaned up to start again tomorrow. To go to work to. I got to get this bathroom finished up. I've been saying that for weeks, but I really need to get it finished up. I got some tile I got to do it. You can't decide how he wants to tile. Does he want it vertical? Does he want it tile? Does he want it vertical? Does he want it And at 45, does he want it horizontal? It's, I don't know. I might go back to welding. That's probably what I'm going to have to wind up doing at least throughout the winter. It's just slowing down. I see it. People are running out of money. They don't have the expendable income anymore that they had last year or even the year before. It's just not there. And now there's so many people. Everybody with a hammer, advertises doing what I do, and it just totally cut the shit down. So I don't know, but I got to get in here and see what my wife wants. She just needs over to the store. So before I feel like not going, I got to go do it. But you all have a safe night. What's up, Sam? Have a safe day, guys.